Hey everybody, what's up? So if you haven't seen my Instagram, you know that I am starting a new series. This is totally on brand with me, so I'm super freaking excited for it. If you're a boring bitch and you get offended by anything I say or do in this video, then you should probably just go ahead and unsubscribe. If you're not a boring bitch and you a bad bitch, go ahead and subscribe. This is my new series called Edible Chats. I'm basically going to be taking an edible, getting zooted as fuck, and I'm going to be talking about different topics that you guys give me on Instagram. And this week we are starting it off so good with my favorite topic, sex. We're going to be talking about sex today. I have a bunch of questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. It's going to get a little freaky. It's going to get a little spicy in here, but right now it is actually Thanksgiving today, and I'm super excited for this because I'm gonna take an edible, I'm gonna get zooted, and I am going to have the best Thanksgiving ever because even though it's gonna be like a frozen dinner Thanksgiving because of COVID, it's 2020, I don't know when you're watching this, but it's currently 2020 and it's COVID, and even though it's gonna be like a frozen dinner, it's still gonna be good as fuck, so I'm excited for this. I am going to start off by taking my little edible, so the total package is 400 milligrams, so that makes, what is each gummy? What is each gummy? I can't do math, so I don't know. But I'm just gonna go ahead and take a gummy and then I'll get zooted, probably be back in like an hour-ish whenever I'm feeling good, and I'll answer these questions for you guys. So stay tuned and let's get lit, guys. Let's get lit. What up, everybody? I'm back. I'm feeling good. We're doing good. We're thriving. I've got a blanket, my fuzzy blanket, got Christmas socks on, and I got a cat snuggling with me. But if I move something, everything's gonna fall down. So I'm not gonna show you my cat. Actually, I am gonna show you my cat. This is my cat. I love her. Anyway. What was I trying? Oh, edible chats. That's what we're here for today. I lost my camera's battery. No, I lost the charger to my camera. And so I'm having to film this on my phone. So I got my laptop here with all the questions pulled up. I'm a genius. I figured this out on my own. I did. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into it. So we're basically just going to be doing this like whenever I feel like it. Basically, I don't want to say, Maya, stop. I don't want to say once a week because I'm really bad at making promises that I can't keep in terms of YouTube. So I'm just going to say whenever I feel like it, I'm going to do this. And thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me. So be sure you subscribe, like, and comment so that my engagement can increase and I can, provide more fun for everybody else. So thank you guys for supporting me, and I love you ahead of time. So basically, I'm just going to do these chats, and, I just want to say, first and foremost, that edibles, marijuana, Mary Jane, usually makes my ADHD come out a lot worse. So if I'm jumping from topic to topic, it is simply because my ADHD is worse. So, okay. Edible chat. So basically what I'm going to do in these series is I'm going to obviously take an edible, get zooted as fuck, and then just talk about any topics or questions that you guys ask me on Instagram because, you guys have been really, really spicy on Instagram lately, and I've been loving it. Like, I've been freaking here for it. I love the spice. I love the sass. So today the whole video is going to be sex questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. There's a select few that I know I said anything goes, but there's a select few that I'm just like probably not going to answer. I don't know. Maybe my high self might answer it, but some of them were just from like creepy men, and I'm just like, eh. But maybe I'll just decide to answer them. Who knows? Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into it, guys. So this is not for the faint of heart. If you get offended by shit like this, and you should probably just get off the video because I have no filter right now. So, okay, it's time. Okay, so my first question that I got was, how do you increase libido and decrease stress? So increasing libido, there could be a lot of reasons why your libido is really low. It could be due to hormones. It could be due to your partner. It could be due to, your relationship things in life, like if you're really stressed, I'm assuming you're really stressed because you said you wanted to increase your libido and decrease stress. So if you're really stressed, your libido can obviously get down really low, and you just don't want to have sex because you're too stressed out about everything else. Your body is not going to release the hormones that you need to increase your libido if you are, constantly under stress, because your body's going to be releasing cortisol, and that's essentially like your fight or flight hormone. So you'll be releasing all that adrenaline and shit, and your body doesn't know the difference between you being like super freaking stressed out over like life and shit that happens in life, or running away from a bear. So it's going to be really important that you do techniques to decrease your stress. So self-care techniques. I know that's like the cheesiest thing that literally anybody can fucking say, is like, self-care, go take a fucking bath, whatever. No, I'm not going to say that. Like, self-care looks really different on everybody, and personally for me, my self-care is just like being alone and closing my laptop. So self-care can look different for you, but just remember that you deserve days off, and you deserve to be happy and healthy in everything that you're doing. And if you don't like a situation that you're in, then just get out of it. Like, create your own life, and I promise you that good things will come. And, increasing your health and increasing your happiness is going to increase your libido anyway, because you're going to be less stressed, obviously, and you're just going to want to have fun more, which sex is fun, so. That's my answer for that. Okay. The next question is, I can orgasm with foreplay but not actual sex. I thought that said social sex. I don't know. My brain is weird right now. Anyway, I can orgasm with foreplay but not actual sex. Any advice? This is actually really common for a lot of women because honestly, there's not very many nerve endings in the vagina for penetration compared to the clitoris, which has like, I think 8,000 nerve receptors or something more than that. I don't know, but I know it's a lot is what I'm trying to say. But the clit has the most nerve receptors. So every woman's going to be different, and some women can orgasm with penetration and some can't. It's completely normal. So just, maybe try to bring in like toys or something like that. Tell him or her that you enjoy clitoral stimulation. So maybe bringing in toys, or, having them, mess around while they're, fucking you. Yeah. With your clit is what I'm trying to say. Discover different ways that like feel good for you. It doesn't just have to be, penetration. Just be sure that you're communicating with your partner and letting them know what feels good for you, because you deserve to orgasm every single time. You don't need to just have sex with dudes that, don't make you orgasm. Okay, the next one is not a question, but they said that I would be the most fun person to get high with, talk business, and general bad bitchery. And as you can see by this video, that is 100% the case. I'm really fun. How to deal with a high sex drive when your partner is not. This is going to come down to a lot of communication and understanding your partner's side of things, because I think a lot of the times we believe, well, not a lot of the times, we honestly believe we're the main character in everything. Like, we're just humans. We believe that. So we have to understand what your partner is going through, why their sex drive isn't high. And, there may be a lot of underlying issues. There may be some things that are on their minds that causes them to not have a high sex drive, but really it's just going to come down to communication and just being sure that you understand both sides of the story, and not just thinking that, your partner is doing it because they're not attracted to you or whatever. Just ask them, also just be communicative and say, hey, like, I'm horny, like, I have a high sex drive, like, can you do something for me, like, oral or fingering, I don't know, or like bring toys in and do that with each other. Just something that you can do with each other so that he or she is still involved with the whole act or whatever, so that you can feel more connected. But, just being sure that you both respect each other's boundaries and both communicate, because, it's important that you satisfy your needs, and it's also important that he satisfies his needs, or she, and you need to understand that there could be something else going on, underlying issues, underlying illnesses or maybe mental health struggles that need to be uncovered, or I don't know, just communication and figuring out what's best for both of you, and then also communicating your feelings that, you are attracted to them and you want to have sex with them, and so, like, can they do something for you to, get you off? Okay, this one is going to be a doozy. Opinions on abstinence. Now, this one, I feel like there's a caveat to it. Like, honestly, if that's what you want to do, like, go for it, sis. Like, that's fine. I mean, it's basically whatever you want to do with your life. It's, you get to choose. So if you want to have, like, no sex until marriage, or you don't want to have sex at all, like, whatever, that's your life. I don't care. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Me personally, no, that's not it for me. Like, I just can't imagine, like, marrying somebody and not knowing how the dick is. Like, you gotta deal with that for the rest of your life. Like, if it's bad, I couldn't do it. I do think, I'm gonna be completely honest because I'm high, so I'm completely honest, but I'm gonna be completely honest. If you're doing abstinence because of a religious reason, like, again, you do you, but my opinion on it is that any religion or anything that gives you a rule book on how what you can and can't do with your body, and if you need to ignore basic, biological needs and desires, then it's probably like a cult, because that's not normal. So maybe you need to evaluate, like, why your religion is telling you to control what you want to do with your body. That's just me. Just not for me, personally. I would rather do what the hell I want. And I don't want to be with somebody who the dick isn't good. And then this kind of goes hand in hand with, like, the end of that question is, how important do you think sex is in a relationship? It's as important as you want it to be, honestly. If you don't think it's that important, then it's not that important to you. It's honestly just going to be, like, really personal and really individualized. Is that the word I'm trying to say? Anyway, it's going to be, like, really dependent on the person. Like, some people, it's really important. For me, it's pretty important. Like, I mean, I guess I'm a horny bitch sometimes, and I want to have good sex, so. But honestly, I think, I don't want to say that it's not important, because obviously it is important, but you also need to be, connected with your partner too on a deeper level other than just sex. So if you think that it's just sex, it's not. And I don't think it's never about sex either, because, I mean, it's biological. We kind of all want it. So, like, if it's not good, that kind of sucks. But I think that a lot of the times a society, like, makes us believe that we're not allowed to want sex or like sex, especially as women, and we're told to, like, want, like, more of emotional connection. And I'm like, we, especially as women, we don't need to be shamed into what we like, or, like, shamed into believing we don't like sex, or making it seem like we shouldn't like sex or be ashamed to talk about sex. That's, like, the whole reason I'm doing this video, because I want women to know that you shouldn't be ashamed for liking sex or wanting sex, because you deserve to have good sex. You deserve to orgasm. Like, I don't know why it's so taboo for women to talk about sex, but men, it's like, high five, yeah, bro, you fucked another bitch, high five. But then, like, when women talk about sex, they're like, oh, you slut, you whore, why are you talking about that? Like, shut the fuck up. Like, go somewhere else with your misogynistic ass, please. Okay. What is even considered masturbating? I'm really not even sure how to answer this question, if I'm being really honest with you. Like, I don't know how to answer this. Anything that pleasures yourself. You providing pleasure to yourself in any way. It can look different for everybody. I mean, I know some people who can, like, think it. Or, like, I know people I know people who can, like, squeeze their legs and orgasm, which is kind of weird. But, like, anything that brings pleasure to yourself. That's the only way I know how to answer Is it weird to get no pleasure from masturbating or be too uncomfortable to really try it? That is 100% that you don't know your body. I think, this is going right back to that conversation I just had, but women are often shamed into feeling like they deserve sexual pleasure, and into thinking we don't deserve sexual pleasure, and it's like taboo for us to talk about sex or orgasms or masturbating or feeling good from it. And I think it has a lot to do with culty religion again, because women are literally objects. And so I think society has just like projected that down from generation to generation of us being objects, and we're not allowed to like the sex. We're not allowed to, have our own opinions and be pleasured. So I think that's just a lot of what's coming up, and there's probably a lot of like childhood trauma that you need to work through to get over this, which is going to take a lot of work. But I would suggest talking to a therapist about it, because honestly, like, I'm not saying that you have to like love masturbating or like be super comfortable with it, but the thing is like the more that you discover your own body, the more you're going to discover what you like, and you don't need anybody else to give that to you. Like, you don't. And that's what's so like powerful, is we as women believe that we need to rely on men for everything, and so that's why sex has become all about men. And whenever you are able to, do that for yourself, you realize you don't need a fucking man for literally anything. So like, I just think you need to discover your body more and just be more comfortable with her, and just really start loving her to her full potential, because I think that's what a lot of women struggle with, is that they just don't love themselves and they don't love their bodies and they just don't want to explore her. And it's just really important that you do, because it can be uncomfortable at first, but it's worth it to just feel empowered and just know your body better than anything. And this is the only home you get for your whole life. Like, I don't know, you just need to discover her and learn what you really like, because sex will actually never really be super enjoyable until you know what you're like either, because, again, it's become all about men, and we women deserve to orgasm too. Okay, how do you get comfortable asking for things during sex? Again, this comes with confidence, and it comes with knowing your body and knowing what you like. And you should never be ashamed of knowing what you like and asking for what you like. I think, again, I'm going to say this, like, this is going to be a broken record throughout this entire video, but, women have been shamed into not believing that they should like sex, or they feel ashamed for asking what they want. But honestly, like, you should be with a partner who wants to know how to please you, and not just please themselves. Like, they should like want to know. So you just need to just demand it, honestly. And if they don't understand that, if they don't like do that, or they're like, this is weird, then you need to drop that man's and get a whole new one, because honestly, you deserve to have good sex, and you deserve to have what you want. And you deserve to ask for what you want without feeling ashamed of it. Okay. Is there such thing as too much sex? My answer is no. Never thing. But in all honesty, like, I know people who have sex addictions, and I mean, I'm sure there is a thing is too much sex, but, however much sex you want to have is however much sex you should have, so, unless you have, like, a sex addiction, then I don't know. I don't know what the rule is for that. I don't know if there's, like, a rule book for how much they're allowed to have sex. Do you ever wonder that? Like, how much sex is too much sex and considered, like, a sex addiction? What is the number? That question's kind of getting me now. When I read it when I was sober, like, it didn't get me, but now I'm like, what is too much and considered an addiction? Like, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. Okay. Opinion on open relationships, threesomes, and porn. Open relationships, me personally, I don't think I could do it, just because, like, no matter how comfortable I am, and I'm very comfortable with myself, I'm very comfortable with my relationship, I just know that I have ADHD, and I will literally make up scenarios in my head and overthink it, and then believe that I'm being abandoned. So I probably couldn't do it, but, if that's your cup of tea and you want to do it, and you have rules and boundaries with your partner, and you both agree on them, then go for it, sis. All for it. I know people who are in polygamous relationships, and they're perfectly happy, and that works for them, and great, whatever, you do you, boo. But for me, I know my ADHD would make up a scenario in my head that doesn't exist, and then I would be like, oh, I'm being left and I'm being abandoned and someone else is better than me. Threesomes. Actually, this is something that me and Jake have talked about a lot, and honestly, like, we're super comfortable with our own relationship, and we have boundaries and rules, and I'd be open to it. I'd do it. I know he would too, so whatever. If the opportunity ever presents itself, then sure. I'm really secure with myself. You know, honestly, like a year ago, I would have said absolutely not, but I'm really secure in myself and our relationship, and I know that he would, like, respect my boundaries and I would respect his boundaries, and it would be okay. But that's the only way that it would be okay, is if you both were in agreement with everything and you both respected boundaries and rules, then I think it would be okay. Porn, you know, there is, you know, people who watch too much porn, like porn addictions and stuff, but, like, who doesn't watch porn? And if you say you don't, you're probably fucking lying. Or you're just a really boring person. I don't know. You tell me. But yeah, I don't see a problem with it, honestly. And all these people who are like, he's looking at other women. Like, I don't fucking care. Other people, like, there's gonna be other people that are attractive. I just saw my iced coffee. Hold on. It's kind of watered down now. There's gonna be other people in this world that are attractive, and, you know, that's okay. I think people trying to be so controlling over their partner is just, like, really freaking weird. Like, y'all are so weird. Why are you so jealous? If you don't trust your partner and they're not going to respect your boundaries and they're going to go off and, you know, go fuck someone else whenever you don't agree with that, then you don't need to be with them anyway. Throw that man out and get a whole new one. What was I talking about? Porn. But, you know, like, you know, if he's attracted to that, okay. Like, we both know what we want and what we don't want, and we have boundaries, and we both know the boundaries, and we've talked about this and communicated about it, like, so much that I know that he wouldn't do anything that I wouldn't like, and if he was doing something I didn't like, I'd be like, stop, and he would. So I don't know where I'm going with this, but porn, it's fine. If you don't want, like, seriously, you're a boring bitch if you don't watch porn. Sorry, there's a fun commercial on TV. Normalizing butt stuff, lube, and bringing in toys. Normalizing butt stuff, like, if you want to do butt stuff, do butt stuff. Like, I don't see what, like, the big deal. I got so many questions about anal and butt stuff and if I would do butt stuff. And I'm like, I've tried it and I don't like it, so probably not again because I didn't like it. But if you want to do butt stuff, then just do butt stuff. Like, who cares? It's just butt stuff. People do it all the time. I joke about butt stuff all the time. I joke about buttholes all the time. Lube is important for a lot of women. Normalizing it should be normalized because, first of all, if you need it, use it, and it's really useful, especially if you're using, like, toys or something and you're not properly, like, warmed up, if you know what I mean. You need to warm things up first, but if you have an issue with, like, wetness, then, you know, get lube. Like, just do it. I don't know. Bringing in toys, that should totally be normalized because, as I mentioned, the clitoris has all of the nerve endings, and that's where the female pleasure center is, so a lot of men don't really know what they're doing. They're just like, get a vibrator so that they can do it right. But really, just, like, they're awesome. They provide a lot of pleasure, so I think you should get one. How to increase libido when antidepressants and the pill makes it non-existent. Honestly, like, experimenting and finding things that, like, do turn you on, whether that be, like, porn, toys, you know, like, sex talk, whatever it may be, you know, finding something that does turn you on to, like, try to get in the mood with it, but, you know, I don't really, like, I'm not a doctor. I don't really, like, know, like, fully. Yeah, I guess that's my only suggestion, like, just, like, bringing in toys and trying to do something that, like, kind of gets you turned on, and, like, not being ashamed of it, because I feel like a lot of the times we, like, get turned on by things and we have, like, fantasies of things, and we're, like, we, like, are ashamed of it, and then we don't get turned on by it. So maybe, you know, just, like, doing something that gets you, like, turned on, you know, yeah, then it won't be non-existent. Yeah, I got another, like, 3, do you do anal? Like, no, I just don't like it, but if you like it, then that's fine. Some creepy dude liked me, never mind, I don't know what I'm saying. Some creepy dude asked me if I liked the taste of cum, but, like, I'm not answering that. That's kind of weird. It doesn't have a taste. Advice on trying some backdoor action if you have any. I don't have any advice on it. Just say that you want it. I know that you probably need a lot of lube because it doesn't get wet like your vagina does, so you'll probably need, like, a lot of lube or else that shit's gonna hurt. So, yeah, just, like, go slow, I guess, and use lube. I don't know. Have I ever taken boudoir photos? I have not. I want to for my wedding, yeah, but I haven't. I'd be open to doing it. I mean, I take OnlyFans pictures, so I'd be open to doing it. Tell me all the freaky shit you're into. Freaky shit. I like, really like roughness, like being rough, but, like, always set boundaries and rules for that too, and make sure that people follow those boundaries, your partner follows those boundaries and rules, because you should have, like, a safe word if you're doing, like rough things and you could get hurt. Like, just be sure that you know boundaries and rules, and if someone, like, says stop or you have, like, a safe word, then just respect that. Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting off onto this. Other freaky, I have, like, a hair stuck to my lips. I got it. Other freaky shit I do. I'm just a freak, you know what? I'm really low, though, like, I don't know, like, everything. I don't know what would be considered, like, freaky. I don't know, sometimes, like, we pretend that we're, like, other people, or, like, I don't know, blindfold, like, some, like, role play scenarios. Those are fun. Other than that, I'm not really sure, like, what other freaky shit I'm into. I know that's not, like, a super spicy answer, but, like, I can't think of it right now. The progression to the end of this video, I feel like, is just, like, downhill. I think I took, like, too much of it, because I was trying to get, like, the edible to kick in before I filmed this video. And I think I just took, like, too much. But I don't really know the other things, because I really can't think right now. But for the sake of the video, just, like, roughness, like, hit the shit out of me, but, like, also respect my boundaries, but, like, hit the shit out of me. Like, I want handprints on my fucking ass, and, like, pull my hair out of its socket, and, like, that shit. Okay, that was the edible chat questions. Thank you for watching the full episode 1. If you're here now, you saw the progression just go downhill as the video went on. But thank you for watching, and thank you for chatting. Thank you for answering so many good questions, or asking so many good questions. So yeah, I will be doing episode 2 whenever I feel like it. And I'll have some more questions on Instagram, or, like, a topic that you want me to talk about. And I'm sure I could just go off, because, like, obviously the progression to the questions at the end of this were just, like, I don't even know. I don't even remember remember the beginning of this video. But yeah, just let me know what topic you want me to talk about next. And if you enjoyed this, and if you enjoy me, you know, like, give me a follow, give me a subscribe, give me a shout out, man. I'll shout you out if I like you. But yeah, thanks for watching, and tune in at the next episode. Peace out.